path to economic growth, which also stimulates job creation. Based on my personal experience as an entrepreneur, I have come to consider an entrepreneur as a person who fixes and defixes. When I recount my story to you, this definition will become clearer. And it is my hope that your participation in this program will help change your mindsets and stimulate interest in looking at opportunities from an entrepreneurial perspective. Entrepreneurship is critical to our economic success and to the emergence from our current economic crisis. Indeed, it is the single most important driver of private sector growth in any country. Research has shown that it is new startup firms that drive job creation. In the United States, from 1980 to 2005, firms less than 5 years old accounted for nearly all net job growth in the country. And in 2007 alone, firms less than 5 years accounted for 2/3 of new jobs. Entrepreneurship does more than create new jobs. It empowers the individual, particularly young individuals, and allows people to develop their own potential. Hillary Clinton once said, "Talent is universal, but opportunity is not." This is why we as a country and as a sub-region need to find ways to encourage and foster entrepreneurship in order to take full advantage of the potential of all people. Finally, let me emphasize the need to build partnership among the education institutions, and I humbly want to commend the university, the principal and all senior lecturers here, and also the director for this. In fact, this is one of the things that the Harvard schools and everything that universities are doing, that bringing practical businesses and then exploring it to students for them to know. Currently in Ghana, what's the problem is that when students complete their school, or when they are even on the semester break and they want attachment, it's very difficult. No company. So the student gets out, and when he enters into the industry, nothing is happening. When he goes on interview, it's a challenge. What we have been doing is to just take some of the national service and then see how best to upgrade them. No company is willing to take attachment. Why? Because most of the universities are not bringing entrepreneurs closer to them. And what GET have started is in the right direction. And I say that this is the only university that I've witnessed is doing this platform, getting. And I was very happy when the director was saying that, look, he's using other people as model. And I'll even place it that go lower as low to people who cannot speak English. Let them come and speak in their local language and translate it. Because entrepreneurship is by God-given skills. And there are people who, like the man, Apostle Safo, who is just bringing every day, he has a model of a vehicle. And I'm always deep. I said I was going to see him and see. The man has passion. You see his cars, but it has never ridden on any road in Ghana. If it was in Korea or China, such a model will be adopted, enhanced and empowered, and no vehicle will be imported into this country, but we'll use it. No matter how, go to India, go to everywhere, things made there are used. And I think that is the way we can encourage these people. Because the ministers will go and look at it and run away. But at least when we invite them to come and share some of these things, it's encouragement. I humbly want to say that my standing here is an encouragement to me that keep on, let's do it well. Entrepreneurs need encouragement. It is not by money, it is by recognition. And I humbly want to thank Prof, the principal, and the director for this invitation. At this juncture, I humbly want to share my story. The profile have really indicated most of them. But earlier said, when I completed my primary education, my ambition was to be a pilot or a marine engineer. So sat for the common entrance, passed, came to Wesley Grammar. And then the businesses of my father, My father was a 40 framer, so the business collapsed. And then I brought the forms here. That was the first time I came here, took the forms, and said, look, Kwame, Sikeni, there's no money. School be away here. He wanted me to work, not to come for boarding school, because the boarding list alone was a problem. And so what he did was, I became very angry, very disappointed, because I thought that all mates are going to secondary school, Legon, Esek, Achimota. And one day I was there when he asked me to dress, and then he took me to a school very close at Nungwa. We were staying at Nungwa Estate, and the school name was Royal Technical College. He went there and then told the principal that he asked what course. I was very angry, so I didn't even tell them anything. And then my father said, give him electrical. So they gave me electrical engineering to study. I started from 86 to 90, electrical principles and everything. But before that, when I was in class 3, when I started up to class 3, when the business folded up, in fact, the whole business man, someone came to deceive my father that farming is very good. So my father, a 40 framer at Mokola here, packed all his money and went to farming in Ashanti Achim area there, a place called Bogu, and loaded all of us. I'm the 5th born of 17 children in a polygamous situation. My mother was the second to my father. You know, the old men in those days, when you marry more, it shows that how rich you are. So he loaded all of us. The business collapsed. So I stopped the preparatory school, went to a place called Sample, schooled in local, and you are using local language and everything. This small English I'm speaking, I got it from only class 3. Now when things went, so we schooled there, and even it got to where we have to go to a deeper place where we're walking 40 kilometers. And every Friday, what we do is that we go to the farm and we liberate. So the teachers use us to carry oranges, plantain and everything, bring it to the roadside, and then a truck will come. I never dreamt of coming to Accra because I know that was the place. And then my senior brother, so all the 17 were there with the old man and the wife. He nearly, what happened that he could not sell the house. He said, well, in future he will come back. So my senior brother came. They were the first batch, like the Israelis crossing from Egypt to Canaan. And then we were the second batch. Now when I came, and I wanted to go back to school, after retesting, my English was so poor that they backtracked me. I went too behind. So I came, and then those that I started with have completed school. In fact, it wasn't easy. After completing my technical school, as indicated, my father said there's no money, so I have to help my mother and then start helping her the business. She also got seriously ill. And in fact, at the age of 52, she died. Now, what I was doing was that I was a commissioner, like selling on commission. So I go to schools and then just take of stationery because my mother was into stationery. Then I will go to a printer and give, look, I've gotten this order. So print it for this school. I've been roaming here, Datus, Mountain DePorres, all these schools here. I've moved around. Most of the people, the founders know me. When I go and I get the order, I go to a printing press, print, and then you just go and supply and then give me a commission. So that's why I always believe that you can start business without having finance. It's just the ideas. Once you have the ideas, you can start it. None of the businesses of the 60 companies and up did I inherited from anyone. God bring the ideas. I move with the ideas and find solutions to them. There's a porridge that is called kukukin. I would like to invite how the guy did it. This porridge, normal porridge. Now it's called kukukin. That's the chief of all porridge. And how people buy that. So I always encourage people that, look, you can make it. The solutions to problems is money. And that's entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs always find solutions to problems and then make money. So I started the printing. Through that, I was able to buy a small machine and then started into printing. Jospon was the first company that printed the VAT invoice. And what I do is that you always strive and move forward. The average Ghanaian or African is always considered a deficiency of 30%. And that is that when you are standing behind a Korean or a Chinese or American, and you take a proposal to any ministry here, they will take that foreigner and leave you. Our perception of colonialism always eat into it. So when, as a black person, when you are doing something, you can't do it. You can't do it. So the justification was that from the parliamentarians, when they give the furniture to Ghanaians, they will delay. So let's give it to the Chinese. The trying even will not come. Let's try them and see. Let's put all together. So what you need always to do is to prove and go extra mile. When you get a little opportunity, let people know you can do it better.
Dr. Ejapon has invited me to come and discuss opportunities and other collaboration between this university and the Jospon and Zumalayan group of companies. Number two, he has offered or agreed or offered anyone which you like, you choose, to institute a prize for the best student in entrepreneurial management at the MBA level. He's also offered to give an award for innovation and creativity at the Methodist University. Be it a project or a new idea, which can be taken up into a project and so on. So these are the two things that he has agreed to do. And he's asked me that in consultation with the university authorities, we should just let him know the processes that we have to go through to bring this into being. Now, I offered to him on behalf of the principal that he should be a friend, a distinguished friend of the center. And he has agreed to be a distinguished friend of the Center for Entrepreneurship Education, Research and Training. The principal would make some few remarks, but in the meantime, I say a big thank you to you for this.
Vice Principal, Registrar, Deans, the Director, our guest speaker, and participants, you will agree with me that today we are making history. We feel very proud indeed as an institution to have, as I said, an exemplar of an entrepreneur to come not only to speak to us as a guest speaker, but to share his experiences. We haven't had this kind of thing in the past. And a university is established as an agent of change. And to partner with industry, with the companies that my namesake has set up will give us a very fine opportunity to reach out there and contribute to the development of this country in all aspects. So let me give my personal thanks to the guest speaker and also the institutional thanks that have to come to you. You will find us a very humble partner, very eager to learn, and very eager to share whatever experience we have in partnering with your companies. I wish, well, I would have the platform to talk to our students. They are not here. But for starters, I think I will kindly ask the business school to mount another program in entrepreneurship at a lower level. Let's catch them young, even though they are not young. They are not young people who come to level 100 and level 200. But I'd like to see a course in entrepreneurship at a lower level, and also at the tail end of their studentship here. Now, participants, as I said, I will come back on Friday, but I think I'll come back on Wednesday, because there's something special happening on Wednesday, to see how people in between the top and the bottom are also faring. That is a good experience for us, because we don't have to wait until they are at the top for us to know them. Let us know them while they are on the journey to the top, so that we can, at various stages, have an experience or share experiences with them. Methodist University, I think, has a vision. We want to